Sometimes there's a magic to a band. Sometimes there's some combination of players and attitude and music that makes a band terrific. And then there's a movement. Somebody dies, somebody is replaced, somebody quits. And you wonder, does it still have it? Is there a can you replace, David Lee Roth? I'm just giving you an example. I'm just saying, with that other guy or this guy. It's weird. There's a balance. Something happened to Fox News, and anybody who sees it can recognize this. And I promise you, the people who are themselves programming it, they don't see it because they're not looking for it. I'm going to explain this to you very, very, very carefully. And I want you to listen to this, and I want you to know what to look for, because once you notice it, it's incredible. It's the only thing you notice. It's like when you're looking for something that's hidden and then you see it first, that's all you see. But seconds before, you didn't even know it was there. But first, I want to say something very, very quickly. Your health, that which is your maintenance, is totally up to you. Nobody can make you do it. Nobody can make you eat right or supplement or exercise or do whatever it is. It's a free country, and that's the way it is. And you know it, and I know it. And I have spent a long period of my life realizing that I'm going to give myself, at least theoretically, every possible break I can. Because fate is one thing, and there's not a lot you can do about genetics, but at least you could try not to harm yourself. And one of the things that's critical is the amount of supplementation that you use and utilize if you're not eating right. And let me say something, and I don't know you, and please don't take this the wrong way. You're not eating right. You're not. You think you are. You're on every kind of, not you, but they are on these weird kind of, the Neanderthal diet. Okay, that's nice. But is that good for you? Is that what you're made to be? Well, supplements are critical. And I'm going to talk to you about this one, and the link is there, and you can read the information, and this is why I love it. It's called Z-Stack. Why? It's very simple. Do not go into a vitamin store and start buying things off the shelves because you figure, well, the 500 milligrams is good. 2,000 milligrams is even better. It doesn't work like that. Is it water soluble? Is it fat soluble? And by the way, do you need certain things? I don't want to go into it because, by the way, I'm not a doctor. But what I like about a Z-Stack is very simply this. Vitamin C, ascorbic acid, Linus Pauling, you know the truth. Vitamin D, D3, which is really a miracle. It's not some say it's not even a vitamin, it's a hormone. Zinc and quercetin. What is quercetin? Quercetin is a flavonoid. What's a flavonoid? These are the wonderful antioxidants that you normally find in fruits and vegetables that give it the pigment. The pigment is what gives you the ability to fight off and to ward off the drastic effects of free radicals and the like. Your endothelium, the coronary artery magic carpet will thank you for that. That's it. No hard sell. Z-Stack. Look at the link. Smart. It's beyond wise. Thank you. Okay? That wasn't that bad. Now, I've been in one form or another, I guess, professional kind of information platforms since 1988. And I've seen them come in radio stations and TV stations, and I was in really one of the first internet radio stations of all time. True, absolutely the first of all time. And there is something that happens. There is a groove. There is a balance. There's something that is so critical to the legacy of the enterprise. And right now, as I say, Fox News is retooling to more Schmaltz, Glitzy, entertainment-oriented Pabulum and Schlock. And I'm being kind. They were spooked by Dominion, by the exit, theoretically, of Tucker, and what's going to happen next. There were a lot of folks who were happy he was gone. A lot of folks there who were jealous. A lot of folks who did not like him, did not like his star, did not like his fame, did not care for that. Okay, I dig that. That's the way that happens. But what you also have to realize is something even more important, and that is simply this. The people who run Fox News, and I know we're all invested in it somewhat, because up till now, since the genius of Roger Ailes, say whatever you want about him, his morality, his life, I never met the man. But in terms of his broadcasting prowess, second to none. Second to none. He's a genius. And what he did was he created the preeminent standard for news. Everybody wants to compare themselves. And there was a balance. It's interesting to see how people over time change. When you see somebody at first, maybe there's a kind of a roughness. Maybe there's an innocence. Maybe there's an awkwardness. But you know what they have? There's a desire. There's a verve, a fire, this passion. I want to make something. I'm not complacent yet. I'm not making millions. I'm not fat and happy and phoning it in. Because the worst is to ask yourself, am I changing? Am I doing the same thing? Listen, sometimes you do nostalgia, sometimes you don't. Mike Love's been singing Help Me Rhonda since the prehistoric ages because, frankly, nobody wants to hear new Mike Love music. That's okay. I dig it. Then there are tribute bands. In many respects, there are some folks on, and I've said it before, there is some kind of a safety net. Hannity has become a kind of a Ronald Reagan, Rush Limbaugh tribute band. This is conservative talk of the 80s. Brash, but not exactly powerhouse. Very patriotic, pro-American, but no real, nothing really, no new areas covered. Nothing opened up. Nothing, what? You will never say, what? It's snark and overreaction. You're also seeing it turning more into an establishment entertainment channel. See what happens? It works like this. Imagine a device I have where I can turn the knob. And I want to say, forget it. I want it to be more mainstream. You're always going to get more people watching it. Listen to this. With the more people who watch it. You can quote me on that. If it's real right, and I'm going to use right, left, please forgive me, just as a shorthand for subject matter. You know what I'm talking about. But if it's really right-wing, so to speak, or conservative, you're going to get absolute praise beyond praise from your Republican friends, but you're not necessarily going to enjoy anything even remotely welcoming from the rest of the world. So what you do is you dial it more towards the middle. And you see, is there any result? No. In fact, provided you can dial it, but you're dialing it, and you might say, you know what? We still have the hardcore fan base, but we got a few from this group. They're kind of sampling it. Remember, Rush Limbaugh at his prime, at his peak, had more liberals listening to him than you could imagine. They'll never tell you that, but it's true. So you dial it more left. And you do it as far as you can. It's almost like titrating, a base or an acid or something. You're titrating it until you get that color change. You're titrating it. And you're moving it, and then you say, okay, now we've gone far enough. Now we're starting to lose the right, and we've already hit critical mass. So this is the new balance. It's the same thing when you run for office. You pivot left or right during the primaries, and you tack towards the middle for the general. It's axiomatic. But that's what they're doing right now. And the reason why is multifold. Number one, shareholders' derivative lawsuits, either in actuality or in theory. What does that mean? That means that you're a shareholder. You own stock, and you say, hey, you just gave away over $750 million to some company because you didn't reel in your team. You didn't, Murdoch. You didn't pay attention to what was going on. I don't like that. We want you and the board to be either personally liable or bounced or whatever it is. Very serious stuff. That's number one. Number two, forces from behind the curtain that you may not necessarily know. Not necessarily forces from the shadow government or the invisible empire or whatever you want to call it. But maybe social. Maybe some of the Murdoch boys and their circles. Maybe people who are saying, we don't want this. There are other people who might say, listen, I remember one radio person in particular who could not stand Rush Limbaugh, but loved him as a product. Had him on his station and instructed all his people. You say anything about Rush Limbaugh and you're out of here. Yeah, but you hate him. Doesn't matter what I hate. I love this. I love this. I might have a McDonald's franchise and never eat there. You know what I'm saying? So there are people who just may say, I don't like this model anymore. I'm not crazy about this. This is not worth my. This is big, but also keep in mind the issue, which is very important. They have their carriage fees are already paid right up front. So don't expect people to say, wow, Tucker Carlson, where's all this money going? Well, that's nice, but they've already made their money. That's the way cable works. It doesn't work like a radio station in Des Moines where, hey, this last book was bad. Look at this. Ooh, we lost that. No. Doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay? But there are other factors involved here. So what you're seeing is a couple of things. Somebody could have done one of two things. First is to go get everybody, to bring everybody into the conference room, as they say. And to have Rupert and the boys say, I want you to hear it from me. What made Fox News great, we're not going to veer from. We're going to be more Fox than ever. And whether it's Dominion or Tucker or lawsuits or disgruntled or whatever, past employees or producers, we don't care. We're going to keep going. We're going to always improve. We're going to try to make things better. We want this to be a safe workplace, obviously, but we're moving ahead. I want more Fox. This is what brought us to the dance. We're not going to abandon it now. They could do that, or by either expressly stating this or tacitly suggesting it. They could be saying, this isn't working anymore. Watch what you say. We're not going to go through this anymore. The days of Fox as you knew it are over with. It's a new world, a new sheriff, a new consideration, a new sensibility. Do you understand what I am saying? That is what I suspect, and that is what you, put it this way, the results of that are what you're most likely and probably seeing. It's not the same. It's just not the same. There's no bite. There's nothing. The one who is really pushing it the most in terms of going after some very serious subjects is Maria Bartiromo. But it's more China. It's still really hard against Biden. Watch what she's doing. She is it, not only in substance, but in volume and in address. The others, specifically Night Side, and the people they are trying out for Tucker. Anybody who said you're trying somebody out, what is this? The minor leagues? They're put it this way, they are the lightest of the lightweights. Seriously. It's almost like they're sending a message. Don't worry. We're going to try to replace Tucker with, Maude Frickert or somebody. For you Jonathan Winters fans. I mean, this is Aunt B. This is, with all due respect, these people are nice, but they're just, what is this? What is this, an experiment? Apparently so. Well, guess what? The experiment failed. Watch what happens. Also watch concomitantly how social media is rising to a level. When I say social media, I mean streaming and alternative citizen and civilian and foreign news platforms. Watch how they are burgeoning. You are seeing the death knell, the last gasps of heritage, conventional, traditional cable news platforms. It's over. period. It's not, they're not going to turn the lights off right now, but it's over, and you can tell it's over by the subject matter, the volume, and the sting. It's not dangerous anymore. It's middle of the road. It's like watching Kiss. It's like watching a tribute band to themselves. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and also make sure that you activate the notification tabs whenever we have a new video in the like coming. So anyway, have a great day. Don't ever change. I mean that sincerely. And comment as you see fit.